Hey, what's going on, people? Yeah, I got this VTVM on my desk today. It's going to go to the collection. I'm trying to build out everything you need to repair tube radios and amps and anything like that. And been doing a lot of reading. I'm not real good at this stuff, so it's been a learning experience. If any of y'all are following along to try it yourself, I might not be the right person to follow. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. Um, I've learned a lot from other YouTubers out there and online content. So I'm trying to put it to practice now. So I think with this guy, we're going to pull it apart, see what's inside, and replace what we should, and then test it. I'll get a 1% 10K or whatever ohm resistor, see how accurate it is. I'm assuming that's how we're going to do it, and go from there. My only concern is I don't know if I have any leads that will actually fit that, but we'll see what happens. All right, so first thing is take it apart. I already took out the one screw that was in there. It was missing the other screw that that goes along with this thing. There's really nothing on the back. There we go. Wow, looks pretty clean. Other than the spider webs, and hope there's nothing alive in this thing. Yeah, that's pretty clean. Yeah. Looks like I'm gonna need a C battery. I think whoever had this took pretty good care of it. Everything seems to be pretty smooth. Okay. All right, let's get started on this. So that is a 20 microfarads, 200 volts. And there is one down here. I think that's the tubular one that's on the schematic. That is 1600 volts and 0.01 MF. So I don't know if I'm going to replace that one yet. It's got the lamp inside of it still. Alright, so I think I'm going to try to get this spider web out of it because these things freak me out. And after I get that done, I'll unsolder this guy and slap another one in and put it back together. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so I got the good old Dyson vacuum cleaner out. Sucked out the spider web. Probably gonna pull the tubes out of it so I don't break them. Like I said, I'm not an expert at this, so any of you experts out there who can give me some advice, hey, please leave me a comment or something. Every time I do this, I feel like at the end of it, if I would have known. think I need a better soldering gun. I got mine off of Amazon. It's one of those Chinese models. Why is that not coming out? But it has worked fairly well. I just don't think it gets hot enough. You'll see that? I could have... Oh, it's hooked. Alright. Well, there we go. I think this this unit was made in the 60s, mid-60s. So I'm not going to do the math in my head, but that's pretty old. I'll hold on to it though. Maybe one day I'll drill it out and put its replacement inside and make it look original. All right. So the replacement, it's also a Sprag, I guess that's how you say it. And this is a 20 UF 200 DC. Okay. If you look at that, it even gives you the print, which side the negative goes to. I'm assuming that this this unit, or this company, kind of like the Heathkit's units where you build them at home, that was their market. I'm assuming they did the same thing. Maybe the easier way. Okay. And then I'll bend that up like that. See if that fits. I think that can be bent some more. The wire on this capacitor is pretty flimsy. What do y'all think? Think that's going to be okay? Yeah. All right. I bet many of y'all are dying watching this. Could probably do it 10 times faster than me. and make it look a lot better. But I'll get there. You know what? I think I need my glasses. Okay. Easy if it works. Let me cut these guys down. Okay. Oh, I guess I got my glasses on. So there we go. We'll get the tubes back in it, and we'll put a battery in it, and then we'll try it out on something. I don't know what. Maybe I'll wipe it down before that. Okay, all right. Okay, so I got the capacitor replaced. You can see it up here, right? And I thought I was good. I went and put it all back together, turn it on, and I got nothing. No lights, no humming. So I thought maybe transformer was bad, or the power cord was bad, and I checked all that, and it seems to be working fine. So it was getting pretty late yesterday, and went ahead and stopped for the night. But this morning I came back, and I was going to take the board off so I can check, power throughout the board and try to chase down what was going on. I first thought maybe I had a bad tube or something, but I'm not sure. I still may have a bad tube. But I noticed, I don't know if you can see it, that when I started taking the screws off, if I can zoom down here. Can y'all see that? I noticed these two cracks in the board. So I went ahead and took it apart, and it's a very pain. There we go. So those two cracks are right in here. So I took my little light here, and you can see them a lot better, right? And they are cutting right across these traces and to the tube. I measured continuity between this pin. Let me get something to point here. From this pin to that pin, I have nothing. From this trace to that trace, I have nothing. And then also through here. So I think I'm gonna jumper it, try to repair it, and hopefully that's all the problem. And maybe maybe why this thing looks like it was never used. Maybe the person who put it together broke it and just put it to the side and never went back to it. I'm hoping that's the case. We'll see. Some of these tubes are, one of the tubes is more than what I paid for it. So we'll see what happens. If not, I don't know what's in. I don't know what's in this one. Maybe I can borrow the tubes out of this one and check it. I got this one really cheap, really good deal, but the guy would never ship it to me. Again, another eBay one, and he ended up after 3 weeks after paying for it, right? Paid as soon as I won the bid. After 3 weeks of not shipping it, he finally shipped it out after I put a report into eBay, and then he threw it in a big box just by itself. And you know how shipping is, right? With no cushion, anything, and this thing was beat to hell when I got it. I haven't even opened it up yet. I'm sure there's tubes in there. I don't know if they're going to be the same ones, but I'm hoping. But you know, now it's parts. So unless I can find a new meter for it, it's pretty rough condition. All right, so I'm gonna try to jumper this and clean it up, and hopefully this damn thing will work, and I can go on with all my other projects. I got a whole desk full of them, and it's just it's been one thing after another. So I got the board soldered and everything put back together, and it worked out pretty well. It did throw me a couple more curveballs, but I don't know if you can see that. So I can zoom in. But that spot right there, right here, and then back around the socket, and then there's a little piece farther down. It was cracked, so I just soldered over it the best I could. Might not be a long-term solution, but I don't plan on flexing this thing too much. So, long story short, put it all back together, powered it on, and I couldn't get anything to work. I tried to go through the calibration procedure, and to do the DC, I needed to hook up the DC cable for it, the probe for it, and let me put this back in there. And the probe that I had, which I never tested because this is my first VTVM, it didn't work. So I spent most of the day pulling it apart, trying to figure out how this thing is supposed to work and how do I get it to... Sorry about that, my mic dropped. This has been my entire day. It's been one struggle to the next. I have a little dog, and she keeps wanting to go outside, and just been one delay after another. So I got it put back together, and the probe didn't work. So I ended up checking the resistor on the probe. Couldn't get a reading from the probe itself. So ended up pulling it all apart, and it was extremely dirty. Got to the resistor, checked it, and it was measuring. It's a 1 meg resistor, and it was measuring about 1.2. So I ended up putting a new 1 meg half watt 1% inside of it. And there's a lot more going to the probe than what I thought. So I ended up pulling it apart, putting it back together, at least 10 times, because I didn't know that the probe. I didn't know the probe how they actually work, and I didn't even notice when I was putting it together that you take this and you flip it to DC. If you're doing AC or ohms, you put it to this side, and I didn't know that. So it's actually backwards right now. I'm gonna have to go back some other day and redo it. So AC ohms is actually DC. I'm a little disappointed that it turned out that way, but cool little probe. I don't know if I really like it from a practicability standpoint, but that's what I have right now. So anyhow, so this thing fires up. I didn't have to change any tubes out. I did find that this other one, let me focus in on that. That guy had the same tubes. They look to be in pretty rough shape. I don't know if you can tell all that well just by looking at a tube from the outside, but they're definitely been used for a long time. And I got that guy open, and it was extremely, well, is extremely corroded inside. So maybe after I get my feet planted a little bit, I'll try to restore that one. I think that's going to be a challenge. All right, so I'm going to plug this in. It's going to light up, and I'll get a 1 meg resistor. We'll put it on there. I'm not going to do the voltage. I don't. My little power supply in the back is another project that I'm working on. So it's not ready, and it's all I got. I don't want to do a line cord because these probes that came with it, I don't know if I like them. I don't want to do AC power trying to use this guy. I want to give myself some options. So yeah. And I guess I could use a uniprobe, but again, I'm not going to go there yet. All right, it's plugged in. Turn on to AC. Don't know if y'all can tell the little green light is on. I know it's hard to tell. I got a lot of lighting in here right now. So if I put it to ohms, and by the manual says go to full scale. I'm going to plug these cables. Look how old they are. Look how old the cables. They're not very flexible. You know, believe it or not, I started this morning. I started this about 8 a.m. It is going on 2:07, 2:10 p.m. So it's already been a long day. All right. Please work. Am I on the right setting? Yep. All right. I know it's hard to tell, but it's hitting at a. No, that's weird. Alright, so I had to redo my adjustment on the ohms adjustment here. It was off. I was off because I'm looking at it from from an angle, just like y'all are. And it's hitting right on, if I'm reading that right. So, not bad. So anyhow, that was my first attempt to repair really anything. There's a lot of challenges for me in this. Hopefully y'all got some entertainment out of it. On to the next, maybe the power supply. I got a radio that I'm trying to figure out how to make work. I got a great tube tester that I need to completely go through. I got a function generator and a digital multimeter, and then I got a counter coming up. Actually, and then two of my oscilloscopes really need to go through recapped and everything else. One step at a time. Thanks for those who stay to the end, hanging in there. And if you like this kind of stuff, if you feel my pain, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe or something. I'm gonna try to post every week. I got enough stuff here. I really do enjoy this kind of stuff. So if it ain't this, it's motorcycles, and it's too cold right now for motorcycles. So anyhow, take care. Bye.